Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to New Right Network's original series, SmythTV. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, making sense of it, exposing the fake news, and giving you the real news every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And right after this show, starting at 8 o'clock, is the Wayne Dupree Show. Down in the description below is the link to watch his show. 2 hours of incredible news and information and exposing the fake news, exposing the Democrat Party for what they're doing and trying to destroy America every single night, folks. Crush the share, crush the follow. And if this is the first time you've been on the show, down in the show notes below, you'll see that there's a couple of different links. There's one for iHeartRadio if you want to listen to the show on the go or audio only. If you are like me or like other friends and are shadow banned and don't get the information in a timely manner, go down there and click on Telegram, get the app, and then you can actually be in part of our group so that you'll get the information every single night when the show goes live and you'll never miss a beat. And folks, if you like what you hear and you enjoy the show and you understand that this message has to get out, it has to continue to reach the masses, jump down in the description, hit the Patreon button or the PayPal button, whichever. Jump over to Smyth.tv, become a patron, help to move this show forward, help to continue to allow this show to be Monday through Friday so that we can get the real information out. Guys, we're battling all kinds of censorship. We're battling all kinds of things. And our good friend, Deanna Borelli, just absolutely battling it, and she's having some issues with Facebook. We'll get into some of that stuff. So your patronage absolutely helps us to get the message out. And again, if this is the first time on your show, down in the description, it says full show notes. Click that link. That'll take you over to newrightnetwork.com, where all 3 pages of the show notes will be there. All the links to the articles we talk about, all the politicians that you want to follow, the Republicans, click on their name. That'll take you directly over to Twitter, as well as the great patriots that help pull this show together, tweeting out incredible information every single day, every single night. You talk about digital warriors. That's what we showcase right here, folks, is the digital warriors of today, getting out the real news. And today, I mean, just like any other day, there's a lot of news out there, but we've got a lot of information out today. So if it seems like I'm going a little fast and we got a little ADD today, we do. We got a lot. And again, this is going to be the fastest hour you'll spend with anybody right here. SmythTV. Jump over again to the website, Smyth.tv. While you're there, you can shop over at the shop. Get your specialized mug right there. And Donald Trump's Twitter feed is live on the website, so you'll never miss a single beat. And if you ever wonder where the show notes are and you can't find them, depending on where you're at, right there on the website in the menu is the show notes. And if you are a Patreon, you will get the show notes, the show, the videos, the links, every single thing. You'll get it hours ahead of time, all in advance before the show goes live. So it pays to be a Patreon. Anyways, guys, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Donald Trump news. We've got the economy firing on all 8 cylinders. Democrats can't fight this thing, although they are, and we've got a couple of knuckleheads on display today in the Democrat Party. Epstein thing is absolutely just impaling the Democrat Party. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, the Hollywood elites, this is just getting so bad, could turn out to be, some people are saying, our good friend True Pundit is saying, could be the biggest scandal in American history. I don't know how much bigger you can get on SpyGate, but But the two of them, both linked to the Democrat Party, hopefully this will destroy the evils of the Democrat Party for lifetimes to come. And again, as I mentioned, SpyGate, we've got some updates on that. Censorship and our good friend Deanne Borelli, it's just absolutely just heartbreaking, and we'll have some of that stuff. Illegal immigration is... yeah, just that, and we've got the Democrats embracing that 100%. So let's start off on great news right here. And this, our parent company, New Right Network, tweets out, "Best economy in decades. Thank you, President Trump. Anyone want to chat with us? Discord.gg68V ready." Yeah, folks, you can jump over there to Discord, be involved with the writers, and be involved with some of the shows that we have going on, and just get involved. And this at Trump's tweet, at Real Donald Trump, "Our company has grown since Trump has taken control of the White House and the presidency, in the sense that we have better opportunities now to do what we've been wanting to do for quite some time, and that is to create manufacturing jobs. I believe that President Trump has done a great job of reducing crime in the African American community because more African Americans are at work today. Trump is not a racist. He's a businessman. Because he's a great businessman, he's pushing for lives to be better." Michael Brown, CEO, Hydromatic Tech. This is all around America. People that are not listening to the Democrat Party, people that are out there working hard, businesses are growing, things are booming. The economy, again, I said the economy is firing on all cylinders, and people are just truly excited. This is the information that the fake news media won't talk about, won't report. But again, that's why you guys come right here. That's Smith TV. I talk about it all day long, all week long, reminding everybody about how great this economy is. And it's due to the policies. It's due to the reduction of regulations. It's due to an environment that this administration has created to where companies and corporations can thrive, can grow, can be better. I mean, did you ever think that we would be the world's energy supplier? Ever? No, I didn't think that was coming back. That hasn't happened since the 70s, guys, and we absolutely are. This at Representative Mark Meadows. This was amazing news from over the weekend, in case anybody missed it. 224,000 jobs created in June, blowing away expectations of 160,000 jobs. That's over 6 million jobs created since real Donald Trump's election 2.5 years ago. The American worker has been unstoppable. And yeah, this tweeted out by CNBC News, and how they're raving about the jobs and payrolls are up. The fake news is getting it right, I guess, every once in a while. And this over at AP News, Powell hints Fed will cut rates if needed over trade wars. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's reporting on it. Washington Times reporting on it. AP's reporting on it. Chairman Jerome Powell of the Fed Reserve he said on Tuesday that the Federal Reserve is prepared to respond if it decides the Trump administration's trade conflicts, they ain't conflicts, man, they're full-blown wars, are threatening the U.S. economy. Investors read this remarks as a signal that the Fed will likely cut interest rates later this year, AP News. They're also believing that it may cut them this month or maybe in September. Stock market's up over this news, and that's great news. It's great stuff, because as it is right now, Jerome Powell has not been good for American workers. It's not been good for our economy by raising interest rates too fast, too much. The Fed under Barack Obama lowered rates all the way to historic lows, 0, and left it there for his entire 8 years. This is good news now for Donald Trump, as Trump also has nominated multiple new individuals to replace people on the Fed board, which I'm excited about that. Something else I'm excited about, our good friend at Dr. D. Hennon. What does success look like? Dwayne Hennon joining the Freedom Caucus and fighting for the people. This is a picture of Dwayne with our good buddy Jim Jordan. I'm absolutely excited for you, Dr. Hennon. This is great news. I'm so glad that you have joined the Freedom Caucus. That is absolutely one to be a part of. And hopefully we can continue to move forward. And if you are in the 13th District in Ohio, you absolutely must vote for Dr. Hennon. There is nobody else on the ballot to vote for. It's Dr. Hennon. Well, I mean, there's a Democrat there, but we don't want that guy. We don't want that guy at all. And just a reminder, be on the lookout. There are fake candidates out there that are maybe not pretending, but are hiding the fact that they're Democrats. We exposed one yesterday. There's no D in the description on her on social media. We had to do a Google search and dig deep to find out that she is part of the Democrat Party. So keep your eyes out on that. And speaking about Democrats running 2020, we've got some real knuckleheads just absolutely exposing themselves. And this at Robert Dunlop, a 947, good friend of ours and absolutely one to follow. What the F reality are you living in, dumb? Black unemployment at the all-time low, female and Hispanic unemployment at all-time low, food stamps at a 10-year low. Who the hell is being left out? And this is Cory Booker just acting like a complete, he's pandering for votes as well.
I think we have a serious problem in our country with corporate consolidation. And you see the evidence of that in how dignity is being stripped from labor. And we have people that work full-time jobs and still can't make a living wage. We see that because consumer prices are being raised by pharmaceutical companies that often have monopolistic holds on drugs.
Wrong. Donald Trump lowered prescription drugs for the first time ever.
And you see that by just the fact that this is actually an economy that's hurting small businesses and not allowing them to compete. One of the most aggressive bills in the Senate to deal with corporate consolidation is mine about corporate consolidation in the ag sector. So I feel very strongly about the need to check the corporate consolidation and let the free market work. And I'll tell you this. I live in a low-income black and brown community. I see every single day that this economy is not working for average Americans. The indicators that are being used from GDP to Wall Street's rankings is not helping people in my community.
If they're not helping people in your community, then that's your job to have fixed that. You got to work with that, Cory Booker. You got to fix that. That's your job. That's what you were elected for, and you can't do it because you're a Democrat. Going back to something else that he said, small businesses being hurt, not being able to thrive, wrong. Pinocchio's for you right there, Mr. Booker. Donald Trump putting in rules that are now helping small businesses to deal with the insurance problems that were saddled because of the Democrats, allowing for small businesses to do all kinds of new things that they've never been able to do, employees to do things that they've never been able to do when it comes to their health care and insurance. Wrong. Middle class, now wages rising. 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever the percentage, they're rising. We're now seeing that the middle class is now at a record, historic wage increase. This is nonsense. This is crazy knucklehead talk. I truly thought that she was tweeting out to an Onion piece. I really did. And this our good friend at distinct_words. Definitely one to follow. Gosh, so many promises, cancel all student debt and make public colleges and universities tuition free? If you paid yours off or never accumulated any, oh well, it sucks to be you. This to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders really did tweet this out. I swear to you folks, I thought this was an Onion article, but it's true. I'm just going to play a couple of seconds of it and you'll understand what I'm saying.
Sanders just changed the game again. This time with a new student debt cancellation plan that cancels all student debt. That's right, you heard me. All of it. If you refinance your debt, it's canceled. If your parents took out loans on your behalf, they're canceled. Are you yourself a parent with loans? Canceled. Are you on a low-income repayment plan? Your debt is canceled. A loan forgiveness plan? Canceled. Go to a private college? Your debt is canceled. Public college? You too. It's canceled. Do you have grad school debt? That debt is canceled.
This goes on for 5 crazy minutes, and he says $1.6 trillion in loans will be removed. $1.6 trillion? Well, who pays for that, Bernie? I mean, we're already $20 trillion in debt, and we saw what Barack Obama did over 8 years, going from $9 trillion in debt to almost 20 trillion in debt in 8 years. Yeah, sorry, man, that's not the way to get this thing done. And now we got the founder of BET, who in the past we have seen has been pro-Donald Trump, but in the past has also been pro-Democrat. And now we've got Real News on the Street catching up with him, asking him what he thinks about Democrats 2020 and who is he going to vote for 2020. At Donna WR8, this is one to follow. BET founder discusses Democrats.
What's in the best interest of the country?
And walk me through, when you take a look at the Democratic field today, who's looking good to you? Because you have a long history of the Democratic Party at your fingertips. Who looks good today?
You know, right now I'm not taking a position on the Democratic Party. I've long time been a centrist in terms of Democratic politics. The party, in my opinion, has moved, for me personally, too far to the left. And for that reason, I don't have a candidate in this particular, in the party at this time. I think at the end of the day, if a Democrat is going to beat Trump, that person, he or she, is going to have to move to the center, and you can't wait too long to do that.
Somebody better get the Secret Service to help him out. This is CNBC News reporting. Great stuff. Hashtag Blexit. This is incredible, folks. And again, Donna Warren, she is a delegate for Trump, so this is definitely one to follow, as well as memes spoken here. We love the memes, guys. Keep them coming. This is real news. This is real time. This is what's going on, folks. I called out Fox News last night. Just horrendous stuff talking about Epstein and Bill Clinton, but showing Donald Trump pictures sitting next to Epstein. And so I've got this thing about Fox News. I'm really starting to get irritated with what they're doing. CNN, obviously, just fake news propaganda. MSNBC, CBS, NBC. But we've got NBC slipping on it. Thought that they were going to get the BET founder to endorse a candidate. And there's not one endorsed, folks. He says no, none of them. Can't do it. Not possible. Not this field. And speaking about none endorsed, the silence of Big Mike, Michelle Bell, and Barack Obama, the silence of not endorsing Joe Biden, the silence of not endorsing anybody is deafening. Joe Biden's place in the 2020 run is slipping away fast. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any one of them. I don't think any one of them have a snowball chance in hell, even if they cheat. I still don't. You would have to do more cheating than possible. You'd have to cheat worse than 2015, 2016, which is the literal coup d'etat. And with that, it's just not possible, guys. We knew that Donald Trump made a lot of promises. Politicians do that all the time, and especially if he doesn't have a track record as a politician. You got to sell something. And Donald Trump sold us on the notion that he would make America great again. And by doing these policies, by implementing these certain policies, by working with Democrats to try and get things done and get things together, and they have done nothing but fight him at every single turn, every single corner. And we see Donald Trump draining the swamp, Donald Trump exposing people for who they are. And like I was saying about Fox News showing Donald Trump side by side with Epstein, talking about Bill Clinton, but we got side by side with Epstein. Yeah, sorry, Fox News, that's not happening. This is probably going to be one of the greatest, greatest in sense of size, scandal in a world. I mean, we're talking about governments involved, government officials. We're talking about kings and queens and pontiffs and possibly the church, and being involved in this sex trafficking scandal, using children as money, using children as pieces of gold, buying and selling and trading and using and abusing, destroying human nature. I mean, absolute destruction of these children. It's horrific beyond anything that we can ever imagine. And if you ever thought there was a time that I mean, growing up, everybody said, "Oh, the end of days, the end of days. Oh, the end of the world's coming tomorrow." People predicting the end of the world, and it didn't work out. I'm not predicting the end of time. I'm not that kind of person. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if there ever was a time of end of days, I would think it would be now. I personally feel that we're closer than we've ever been. I mean, in Revelations, it talks about information at your fingertips. Instant information at your fingertips at all times. My kids ask me a question, the answer's on the Google instantly. Instant information. No language barriers. I literally can copy and paste into the Google and get, when you talk about the Tower of Babel, I mean, nobody wanted to. It's just a time to get back into the Bible, get back to the basics, really focus on your relationship with Christ as me and my family are focused like we've never been before. But be prepared, you're going to be attacked. You're going to be attacked spiritually. You're going to be attacked personally. But take your solace in God and the strength in Christ and continue to fight the good fight and continue to move forward. And like I'm saying, guys, this is just probably one of the biggest scandals ever. And Mark Taylor comes out. Mark Taylor, if you ever heard of Trump prophecies, this was Mark Taylor who predicted Donald Trump and made a whole lot of other predictions that have come true already. One of the predictions he says still out there is that the media will turn the corner and come to support Donald Trump and understand that he's right. Oh, man, we're already here, Mark. We already know that he's right. So check this out real quick, just a little excerpt. If you want to watch the entire show, Mark Taylor's prophecies, entire show, this is just a recent show he posted. You click the link in the description below.
And this Epstein thing, brother, something is astir in the heavenlies over this nation right now.
Absolutely. And what people have to understand is that this Epstein thing is huge. This is way bigger than most people can realize. Everybody, the naysayers out there that have been out there saying nothing's happening, they're getting impatient. Here's your first high-profile arrest right here.
Right.
And this is what's, Katie barred the door because this is what's going to open the floodgates, which we'll talk about in a minute. And so between this guy and El Chapo, which gets sentenced on the 17th of this month, this is not a coincidence.
No, it's not.
That all this stuff's happening at the same time. These two guys alone, Chris, could literally take down most of D.C.
Without a doubt.
And most of the global elites all over the world, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's overseas, whatever. This is huge right now, the rest of this guy. This is what's going to open the floodgates for all the rest of the stuff to follow. And this just skims the surface of what's coming. Because you figure this guy's only got them in blackmail and compromising positions, with the sex stuff or whatever it is. And so, I mean, it's going to lead to other things right here. This is what I believe is going to be the catalyst that starts this whole thing off. People have been asking, where's the arrest? I don't see anything happening. Folks, here it is. This is the start right here. Sit back, get your popcorn, put your seatbelt on, because this is going to be a heck of a ride, man. And, God has been given sign after sign after sign as to what's going on.
I agree with him 100% that there's absolutely something going on, something in the spiritual realm that is working to help expose this corruption, working to help get this all to light, all this evilness, all this corruption. America was founded to not be this corrupt, this sex trafficking center of the world. This has to be removed because this is not why God had granted our founding fathers the ability to have a place to worship freely, to talk about and spread the word of God. So I truly believe in my heart of hearts that God is working in miraculous ways, not only with Donald Trump and the administration and people that are involved, but I also believe that this is an effect on individuals personally that are watching abroad, that are watching here in America as well, where we are starting to get back to our roots, get back to Christianity, get back to a moral compass, a Christ-driven compass, if you will. But be on your guard and know that the fight's going to be a tough fight, and they're coming at us at all angles. This, our good friend Linda Evans at Just Say Truth Now. This is absolutely one to follow. Type anything on the Google to do with Epstein and Bill Clinton, and first thing that pops up is a photo of POTUS and Epstein standing together in 1997. This is evil of Google. The only way to get to articles on just Epstein on your Google is type Trump at the end of your search. Yesterday, I word searched on Epstein wiki page, and the word Trump and only 3 references came up for 3 of Clinton's names. Today, there are 17 references on Trump's name and only 3 on Clinton's name. The left is trying to pin this mess on Trump for sure. This all tweeted out to our friend Winston Kofefe, and this is absolutely one to follow. He's a great guy to follow. He tweeted out the GatewayPundit.com's article, Corrupt Wikipedia deletes Jeffrey Epstein's links to frequent flyer Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, adds links to Donald Trump. First screenshot of Epstein's bio was at 8:27, second at 10:30 a.m. What are the Clintons and Dems crony afraid of? More details. And this our good friend at Jake Palmieri. This is absolutely one to follow. The Nazis burned books to rewrite history. Is Google trying to do the same? And this at Breaking in Live. Breaking, Google photos of Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton previously available on Google Images appear to have been scrubbed. You saw right there, guys. I've been looking for the icon for the thumbnail of the show. I've been searching for different photos to find and photos to be part of the show. And yeah, no, same with me. I cannot find, it's very difficult to find some of the photos that you'll see here that we share back and forth with each other because they are being scrubbed from the Google. When I search anything Donald Trump, all the images are awful, wretched, disgusting images. Even on the one of the apps that we have where you can search for GIFs to post up to your friends and family, type in Trump for a GIF, and it's all disgusting, gross, nasty, negative GIFs. Type in Hillary, type in Bill, type in Obama. It's all cool stuff. It's all nice stuff. This is the battle that we are fighting right now, guys, and it is an evil one. And we talked about Senator Collins a little while ago, when she showed up deceased when they found her body. She lost her re-election, so she's a former senator, and we're finding out that she was involved in trying to expose child trafficking. This right here in our government, this TruePundit.com. FBI reveals murdered Arkansas senator plan to expose child pornography, child sex trafficking syndicate. Fed probes. Yeah, this is unreal. We've got reporters and writers at New Right Network that are doing some investigative reporting as we speak. We can't get into it right now, but some of the things that have been printed already we'll talk about. But again, Senator Linda Collins, Collins/Smyth, she had just gone through a divorce, was a very vocal critic of the Arkansas Department of Human Services and its Child Protective Services unit. She was attempting to uncover a pay-to-play. Yes, children missing, children in the system missing, $40 to $50 million missing. The pay-to-play for adoptions, pay-to-play for possible sex trafficking. Well, I mean, where else do you get children? Got to go to the government. This is just so wretchedly awful. I'm sorry I have to report this stuff, but we've got to expose our government, the government officials, people in the government for what they're doing and just expose it all. And again, Linda Collins, Smyth, just recently divorced in 2017, 2018. Her husband was a judge, Philip Smyth, a retired judge whose district covered Randolph County. He stepped down and agreed to never get involved in judicial appointments ever again, even if they're temporary. He was using his office after hours for extrajudicial activities. True Pundit reports on this. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but her husband in trouble for some issues, very bitter divorce, and come to find out that the person who was arrested for killing Linda Collins was actually was a friend. Very mysterious twists and turns in this story. But again, the big news is that she was attempting to uncover pay-to-play adoption in Arkansas. How high this rises, who knows? We do know that Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas. I'm just saying, I'm not putting 2 and 2 and coming up with 3. I'm saying there's 4 right there. Bill Clinton, pictures of him involved with young girls, pictures of him all over the place that now we're starting to come to find out and starting to see the true nature and relationship that he had with Epstein. Former Senator Linda Collins trying to uncover $40-50 million that have been missing. The FBI is now involved. Pay to play, sex trafficking, adoptions, child protective services. I mean, if you're in that business of Epstein and Bill Clinton, where else do you go to find children? I mean, it's right there. And this I hate Matt. All right, Matt. He puts up this screenshot and says, if he went on the plane, the feds want to talk to him. This picture of Woody Harrelson with Bill Maher. Bill Maher tweets from the past 2013, I'm leaving for a real vacation to an island. If you don't hear from me in a week, I'm off the grid. 2 weeks, call for help. Putin's got me. 2015. Hillary's emails, ? I want to see Bill's. Hey, Epstein, gas up the plane. Let's go to Sex Island. I want to be with Russian. And he tweeted out again in 2016. Of course, I had to take Jeff to pay tribute to the king of this island. And this tweeted out at SDNY News. That's the Southern District of New York attorney. If you believe you are a victim of Jeffrey Epstein or have information about the conduct alleged in the indictment unsealed today, please call 1-800-CALL-FBI. U.S. versus Jeffrey Epstein. This is big, guys. Even Jack Posobiec was reporting on the fact that Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers may have already come to an agreement or in talks of a plea deal that Jeffrey Epstein will work with law enforcement, giving up the deeds and the deals on individuals. And how bad, what does that mean? What does that entail that Jeffrey Epstein is going to work with law enforcement? And this, our friend at DMON4ever and at Storm is upon us. Wow, this is going to get ugly. And right here you see a picture of Prince Andrew with a underage girl. And Dave was replying to, at Storm is upon us, we are about to open up a can of worms that could turn our entire country completely upside down by the time it is all said and done. Lightning crashes. This at zerohedge.com. So the first article that was posted is Mail Online. Prince Andrews and the 17-year-old girl, his sex offender friend, flew to Britain to meet him. Virginia Roberts reveals she is Jane Doe number 102. Mother of 3, spent 4 years as millionaire's personal masseuse. She describes being flown across the world to meet Prince Andrew. Epstein trained her as a prostitute for him and his friends. She says, while on the streets, I slept with men for money. I was a pedophile's dream. Epstein had trained me to do whatever men wanted. I told myself I was special. I took 8 pills a day to help me forget what I had to do. It made me calm. And this is a picture, again, of Prince Andrews. And in the background is Maxwell, who looks on as Andrews puts his arm around Virginia, Robert Maxwell's daughter, invited her to work as Epstein's personal masseuse soon after her 15th birthday. The article goes on to depict everything that was going on and around Prince Andrews. This is huge, guys, as well as Maxwell. I believe that she's going to be in a lot of trouble as well. She supposedly helped to groom some of these girls, helped to bring some of these girls in. And then Zero Hedge reported, it has also previously been reported that the old days Epstein would actually record the sortie orgies he threw for VIPs at his luxury homes using hidden cameras in the walls of guests' bedrooms, but it is not known if those records still exist or if authorities were able to find any such recordings when they raided Epstein's home. Guys, this is really big. All kinds of pictures and all kinds of stuff have been found. CDs and DVDs and all kinds of stuff have been confiscated from his homes. I'm going to assume that multiple homes, because he's got homes across the country, have been raided by now. The information that they have and the fact that he secretly recorded all these millionaires and billionaires. And what blows my mind is that Prince Andrew's just willing to pose with these girls. The Bill Clinton posing with these girls, all these big millionaires and billionaires that are going to be brought down. You've got a lot of them that donate to the Clintons, donate to the Democrat Party. Also, some of them have been charged as well. This is what draining the swamp is all about. And Donald Trump is putting the charge to make sure that this has to stop. Donald Trump all behind this. This began early on. Folks, this just didn't happen a couple weeks ago. Donald Trump and his administration have been the hardest than any administration on sex trafficking that we have ever seen. And Donald Trump pushing and pushing and pushing to rescue these girls and boys, to stop these activities. And I absolutely believe that Donald Trump, behind the arrest of Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump knowing what Epstein may be involved in, knowing that it had to stop. Mike Cernovich getting these documents unsealed. Donald Trump being able to see all this information from the past, all up until now. You just don't understand how much the President of the United States is allowed to see and what he can see. But as we know right now, just assuming and seeing the things that he tweets out and some of the things he has said in the past, good indicator of today and the future, Donald Trump absolutely, in my opinion, behind the taking down of all of this pedophile stuff in America, putting an end to it and exposing it. Not that it's a Democrat thing, not that it is a Republican thing. It is a Satan, sadistic, evil thing. People can be, it doesn't matter what party you're a part of, you can get involved in this if you do not have a moral compass, a Christ-driven moral compass. And if you've done things in the past, you got to come to Christ. Everybody's forgiven. God sent his son down to die on the cross for our forgiveness. The sins that you are to commit in the future have already been paid for. Just work on your relationship and try to get better, try to be better. Read your Bible, get involved in a church, get involved with some Christians and try to make things and turn the corner, trying to get to be in a better place. So when Christ returns to earth, you'll be one of the first to go, and that's what I'm excited about. And so, again, when I said that, if there was ever an end of days or a feeling of end of days that might be closer now than ever, just know that that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. We all get to go to heaven and live in paradise. That's the goal. So as we walk around, be that person, be that example. I've said this on the show many, many times. I saw a Muslim woman, two of them walking into the grocery store yesterday, and all I could think about, dressed in garb, head to toes, 95 degrees out, 100% humidity on the west side of Cincinnati. That's just how it is here in the summertime. I couldn't help but to continue to think of, what do I say? How do I say it? Do I ask him, have you ever heard of Jesus? Corny things, I know. I didn't say anything. But I kick myself for not mentioning something, for not saying something, because it's not that we shouldn't judge them. They've just been convinced, they've been brainwashed that the slave state that they live in Islam, is the way of life. And it doesn't have to be, and we have to be that example for them so that they can see that there is another way of life. And so as we get into SpyGate and what has transpired over the evening, Donald Trump tweeting out about this, our representatives being involved, Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, just doing incredible jobs for the people of this country, taking back our country and giving it to the people. First time it's ever been done in all of human history. American exceptionalism. We are an exception to the rule that people are all beholden to the governments. Just like in England, you're not a citizen, you're a subject to the government. And in Islam, you are definitely a slave to the government. And socialism, dictatorship, communism throughout all of human history, to the kings and queens and pontiffs. I'm telling you, folks, first time it's ever been done, and now the globalists, we can see every single day, are trying to destroy and to tear down. And Donald Trump in the fight of his life, and we as well, this at Real Donald Trump, the Dems witch hunt continues. He's retweeting Jim Jordan, who says, the first 10 months investigation by the FBI. Then a 22-month investigation by the special counsel Robert Mueller that we've shown leaks, intimidation, violations of all sorts. Mueller and his team should be prosecuted, but I digress. But the Democrats continue their fishing expedition. This at Kyle Cheney. Just in, the House Judiciary Committee is planning to authorize subpoenas for these 12 Mueller witnesses. Kyle Cheney is a reporter at Politico, so we automatically know he's got a bias. And the House Judiciary Committee to subpoena Rick Dearborn of Donald Trump's campaign, Michael T. Flynn, Joseph Jody Hunt, Kushner, Kelly, Lewandowski, Porter, Rod Rosenstein. I don't know about that. Jeff Sessions, Davison, Dylan Howard, David Pecker. Keep it up. Keep it up, Democrats. There is no there. You're running scared. They've got nothing. They've got absolutely nothing, and they've got to desperately hold on to the Trump-Russia collusion narrative and SpyGate. And this is really looking out to be bad. All the polls that have come out, people are just sick and tired of this. Well over, I'd say probably 2/3 of Americans already know the truth. We've seen it. It's been played out in the media. Fox News has played it out. Sarah Carter's played it out. We've played it out here. Epoch Times for me, great outlet to get all this information on. Great stuff over there. And also John Solomon at thehill.com. John Solomon, great stuff. Now, granted, The Hill has put out some bad news from some of their other reporters, but John Solomon, a champion, one to go to, and the information he's been able to bring out, just incredible. And yesterday we reported that the Democrats were going after Donald Trump and Donald Trump's businesses, saying that Donald Trump was benefiting from money and foreign governments and other things. While I know he donated every single one of his paychecks, he's donated other stuff. LauraLoomer.us reported on this as well. Guys, breaking news. Yeah, judge says, no, we're kicking this out. So breaking news, Democrats fail on that end as well. And now another fail. Our good friend, Brandon McOry at BMCADORY9. According to Sarah Carter, a judge rules that Flynn cannot be named co-conspirator in ex-business partner's trial. Sarah Carter, D.C., reported the news on Hannity. And this at BeagleBabe48, deplorable Steph, definitely one to follow. Good news indeed. Please continue praying for the complete vindication at General Flynn. Judge smacks down corrupt DOJ. This at thegatewaypundit.com. And at SXDoc, Ken Jones, another great patriot to follow. FARA usually simple to complete, but General Flynn's FARA extraordinarily complicated, like they wanted him to make a false statement. At General Flynn hired best lawyers and signed off on FARA after they made sure it was all okay. Mueller's attorney wanted to manipulate. #Patriots Awaken. Absolutely true. We've seen this time and time again with Mueller, his team. We know with Jerome Corsi and his $320 million lawsuit against Mueller. We see the deep state reeling and being exposed. And now we know that Mueller, 5 things that he has done to Jerome Corsi, lying, leaking, intimidation, tampering with witnesses. This was the Mueller investigation, guys. This was Weissman. This was the Democrat and the Democrat Party. This is all Democrat lawyers. I think we're up to 18 angry lawyers, as Donald Trump tweets out. This is now being exposed as what it is, and Donald Trump is on top of this. Jim Jordan's on top of this. Sarah Carter, obviously, on top of this. Fantastic news for our good friend General Flynn, who follows the show. Thank you, General Flynn. You know where the real news is. I'm telling you guys, this is great stuff. And again, like Mark Taylor was saying, if you're wanting instant gratification, that's not going to happen. Instant gratification is not good. We need long-term gratification. We need long-term decisions and policies to be made and changed and to work with in order for this to never, ever, ever happen again. And when we talk about policies and things like this never happening again, we absolutely need to get a hold of this censorship when it comes to social media. We're on the eve of 2020 right now, and I'm calling out Mr. Trump. President Trump, I'm calling you out, sir. You absolutely got to get involved in this right now. Twitter censorship, Facebook censorship. This is going to destroy 2020. If we cannot communicate freely and fairly on social media, which has been the town hall, it's been town square where everybody has a voice, and now they're cutting back on conservatives not allowing us to speak. This is going to damage your campaign in 2020. This our good friend at Cat the Hammer 1 and Cat with a K. She is a fantastic patriot to follow. Great news, really quick. And she tweets out, conservatives are constantly accused of being bots on social media. When that failed, Silicon Valley, the home base of big tech, Google, etc., just changed the terms of service to accommodate their agenda, labeling conservatives fake news and suppressing videos and views. And this at Julie Rinkwin 1, great one to follow. If you want to stay posted on Laura Loomer News, she tweets out all Laura Loomer articles all the time, and she tweeted this one out. New Facebook policy normalizes, approves death threats against banned, dangerous conservatives. Laura Loomer official, lauraloomer.us. Laura Loomer has filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against these big tech giants. I commend you, absolutely, Laura, for defamation. These big tech giants, Facebook and Twitter, including the Instagrams and the Periscopes and all the other ones in between, you guys are truly responsible for unpersoning a journalist, for unpersoning and defaming a journalist and calling her fake news and all kinds of other evil things. Alex Jones, I know he's got some things that you disagree with or whatnot, but let him speak. Being unpersoned on YouTubes and Facebooks and all over the place, this absolutely has to stop. And Donald Trump, sir, I implore you, you absolutely must get involved in this. And this, our good friend at Dinan Borelli calls out Mark Zuckerberg after Facebook throttled views on her page. Dinan said she's down but not out and has a message for Zuckerberg.
Congratulations, Mark Zuckerberg. In the war against conservatives on social media, you won this battle. Because of Facebook's anti-conservative bias, this will be my last episode for Blaze TV. And Mark, I hold you responsible for the high-tech lynching of my job.
Exposing lies, revealing truth. Here's the deal with Dinan Borelli.
For the last 2 years and almost 200 episodes, I have dedicated this show to exposing Democrat hypocrisy, busting up leftist lies, and smacking down liberal race rhetoric. But my employment at Blaze TV depended on generating advertising revenue from my Here's the Deal videos distributed on Facebook. A year ago, I was rocking it on Facebook. Yes, rocking it. My videos distributed on Facebook generated millions of views. Generating millions of views was actually easier than you think. It wasn't rocket science. All I had to do was deliver the truth to the forgotten men and women of America, and it resonated. And yes, it was that simple. Fill the void of the fake news industry. My video calling out Black Democrat elected officials for associating with Louis Farrakhan, despite his wild anti-Semitic statements, resonated with millions of viewers. For context, New York is the fourth most populated state in the U.S. at about 20 million. My video criticizing Netflix for appointing Susan Rice, Obama's former national security advisor and former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. You know, the same Susan Rice who lied multiple times on national TV about the Benghazi terrorist attack, has a cushy seat on Netflix's board of directors. Well, that video got 3 million views. But those days are over. There were times I would get 20,000 Facebook views per hour. Now I'm down to as little as 30,000 views in a matter of days. Gee, how does that happen, Zuckerberg? It happens when your left-wing company decides that popular conservative voices should be silenced and effectively puts its boot against the throat of a Black conservative woman. That's why I call this a social media lynching. My Here's the Deal videos are fact-based. No conspiracy theories, no calls to action, and frankly, nothing to be afraid of other than the truth. The content focused on describing the hot political issue of the day, followed by my analysis. Heavy on facts and light on outrage opinion. My goal was to educate Americans and free them from the lies the Democrats try to spin to the mainstream media. My videos were not clickbait. I didn't engage in over-the-top antics to get attention. I wasn't shrill. I didn't scream. My videos weren't challenged by a fact-check organization. They were rock solid. Apparently, too rock solid. Well, let me be clear. I am down, but not out. The loss of income is significant and it stings. But it doesn't just sting for me. Because of your left-wing arrogance to control the flow of ideas, change algorithms to suit your agenda, tens of millions of Facebook users that watched my videos on your social media platform have been denied my voice. That's censorship, pure and simple. Zuckerberg, you won this round, but I will not. Let me repeat, I will not be silenced. My fans can hear my analysis on Fox News, where I'm a contributor. I make weekly appearances on Making Money with Charles Payne and Trish Regan Primetime on the Fox Business Network, and I have an open invitation to appear as a guest anytime on Blaze TV. I'm also part of Premier Speakers Bureau. And my views on the issues of the day will be on my website, DeneenBorelli.com. Being a Black female conservative is difficult enough, and your multi-billion-dollar company is just piling on. The lesson here is speak up against the mainstream narrative, challenge the Democrat spin news cycle, and Facebook will slap you down. It's like Mark and his big tech bullies are saying, you, Deneen, go to the back of the bus. Black female conservatives take heat from all sides, family, friends, and Democrats. Losing my show also sends a message that being a highly visible Black female conservative is a dead-end career choice. The reason there aren't many conservative Black women in politics and the media is simple. Because it's too hard. Because you can't make a living out of it. Because it's career suicide. In contrast, liberal Black women have it easy and can cash in. Here's the deal. Losing my show is not the fault of Glenn Beck or Mark Levin. Critics try to pit powerful conservatives against one another, but my fans have always trusted me to dish the truth, And here it is, straight. Zuckerberg, this is your fault, and I'm holding you responsible. I'm just the latest casualty in your effort to silence conservative voices. And I wanted my last Here's the Deal video to send you, Mark Zuckerberg, that message. I'm Deneen Borelli with Blaze TV, signing off for the last time.
I don't have the words, guys. I reached out to her last night, and I was going back and forth with her about what's going on, and truly I gave her my heartfelt feelings about that. I know she doesn't blame Mark Levin or Glenn Beck, but I know the Blaze is kind of having some financial issues and some other things going on. So we're not blaming the Blaze. She's not blaming the Blaze or Mark Levin or Glenn Beck. But you know, it's a business and they got to make money, folks. And this is what's happening. Mr. Trump, sir, I implore you, we are losing our good friends left and right off of social media and losing jobs because of these big tech giants. I can't say it enough. High-tech lynching. High-tech lynching. We've got another woman, beautiful, black, intelligent woman, now being silenced off of social media, losing her job. Laura Loomer, a beautiful white woman. This is the left. This is the Zuckerbergs. This is the Democrat Party. They are the racist, socialist, communist ideologies, silencing media, silencing an opinion that is different than yours, silencing facts and real news. We've shown that all day today, folks, on this show. We've shown where they're trying to lie about Donald Trump and Epstein. They're trying to cover for Bill Clinton and Epstein. They're trying to do all kinds of dirty things, whether it be the Googles, whether it be the YouTubes and the Twitters and the Facebooks, and it absolutely has to stop. Internet Bill of Rights, Alex Phillips with AmericanPriority.com. This is where we need to move to. We don't need more regulations or rules. We just need an Internet Bill of Rights. And Donald Trump, sir, I know that you know American Priorities Conference is coming up the weekend of Columbus, and because it's going to be held in Doral. You got to be there, sir, and you got to listen to the Internet Bill of Rights, and we've got to do something to keep our friends from being censored, from being silenced of real news. I mean, my dad tells me all the time, he's like, man, I don't see how you stay on. I don't know how I stay on either, guys. You know, I give it real. I expose Islam, expose the Democrats. I bring you real news all the time. I don't know how much longer I'll be on. I had to switch accounts. Some people are asking me like, man, how long you been doing this? Been doing it 5 years, folks. We've been doing this all the way since 2014, 5-6 years. And now I've had to switch new accounts to something different because of Twitter. How long that'll be available, who knows? But again, jump down in the description below. Jump over to Smyth.tv. Click the Patreon button. Help me to help get the real news out. Help me to help Donald Trump continue to make America great again, getting out the real news and keeping America great. That's the fastest hour you're going to spend with anybody, I promise you. Now, you try, prove me wrong, but I promise you. And there's some things I couldn't get to in the show notes, so check it out down in the bottom. Some stuff about illegal immigration. Click on the links and read some of the articles and get the real news, guys. That's what it's all about. For Wednesday Wisdom, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at newrightnetwork.com.